I'm Jason Epperson. This is RV Miles, and it's time for the latest in RV and camping news. First up, some really big news out of the two biggest RV social clubs out there. The Escapees organization has been mostly sold to the folks at Harvest Hosts. Escapees boasts around 70,000 RV-owning members and is really the go-to place for a lot of full-time RVers for establishing domicile through their mailing service, but they host events, offer discounts, and more to the entire RV community. In a letter to members, they announced that, quote, the management and operations of Escapees RV Club's membership, support services, educational programs, and events will be transitioning to the Harvest Hosts family. They're saying management transition there, but the organization has been sold to the overnight parking giant Harvest Hosts, who also owns Boondockers Welcome. The acquisition does not, however, include the Escapees mail service and the 8 Escapees RV parks, which will remain under the Carr family, who founded Escapees in 1978 and have passed it through 3 generations. In the letter, the Carrs allude to the decision to sell being a difficult one and that they have entertained offers before, but none with as clear of an alignment with their wants and desires for Escapees as Harvest Hosts offer. I should mention here that Harvest Hosts is a sponsor of RV Miles. The Carr's letter said, quote, Harvest Hosts is a company that shares our values and dedication to the RV community. They have a strong moral compass and a philosophy centered around care and community, demonstrated by the fact that they do not charge hosts anything. Instead, their members contribute approximately $50 million in total revenue to hosts, which are local businesses, ultimately funneling money back into local economies. Escapees will still remain a separate entity. You're not going to get membership of one by joining the other, and that probably won't change much in the near term. Frankly, if I can have a moment of opinion here, I think CEO Joel Holland at Harvest Host has built a team that is just really good at selling memberships. They have a staff of 60 people and have over 300,000 members. I think they saw Boondockers Welcome and now Escapees as successful businesses that, if acquired, could flourish when dropped into their membership sales machine. If they can get 20% of Harvest Host members to become Escapees, they'll have grown the organization dramatically. Holland has been an Escapees member himself for several years, and Harvest Host has been a regular sponsor and partner of Escapees. I think there's a lot of positivity between the two organizations about what this could mean for the future. That said, members are concerned, to be sure. To many, this organization is very personal, and anytime a corporate buyout of something you hold dear happens, there's cause for concern. So only time will tell, of course. Another long-storied RV organization, the FMCA, is preparing for its upcoming 109th International Convention and RV Expo amidst a bit of turmoil. The event will be held August 14th through the 17th in Redmond, Oregon, with more than 700 RVs expected to join. That may sound like a lot, but events in the last few years have brought in more than double that number of coaches, and back in the 1990s and early 2000s, it was common to have 5,000, 6,000, 7,000 RVs at these events. Of course, that's all before YouTube and Facebook, when learning about RVing required magazines and going to events like this. No matter, there's still a great time and you can learn a lot at them. They have over 100 seminars, an RV driving course, and more. But there's another issue swirling around FMCA, the abrupt departure of Chris Smith, Executive Director and CEO of the nonprofit organization. In an email to members, it was shared that Smith requested a release from his contract after 10 years of employment, and that, quote, he and the FMCA have reached a mutual agreement to part ways. Doesn't sound like a pleasant separation to me. FMCA, or the Family Motor Coach Association, was founded as an organization for motorhome owners and remained so until adding trailer owners into the mix in 2017 in an effort to boost declining membership rolls. But it would seem that didn't really move the needle much, at least when it comes to event attendance. More in a moment, but first, this video is sponsored by our friends at Liquified Toilet Treatment. LiquifiedRV.com or Amazon is where you can go to get the latest RV toilet treatment that is sweeping across the nation. People are loving Liquified. It really does liquefy the stuff in your tank, and it smells good. Our buddy Matt over at Matt's RV Reviews set to improve the situation when it comes to black tank treatments in the RV industry. He tested all sorts of options, and he wasn't happy with any of them, so he went to a chemical company and decided to manufacture his own, and people are loving it. I know this is an ad. I'm really serious about this, that everybody that I've talked to that uses Liquified really does like it compared to the other options that they had before. Liquified is the no BS toilet tank treatment. You can find it again on Amazon.com or at their website, liquifiedrv.com. It comes in a great, easy to dispense bottle, but they have drop-ins now as well. It's a great product. Check them out in the description. And thanks so much to Liquified for supporting this episode. The Washington State Parks and Recreation Commission has adopted new overnight camping rules, primarily affecting how long you can stay at a Washington State park. The limit on consecutive days is now 10 nights across the system, from a range of 10 to 14 depending on the park in the summer, and then you could do 20 nights for the rest of the year, but now it's just 10 nights in a park before you have to move on. There's now also an annual cap of 90 nights total. You're also now limited to 10 nights in any one park per 30-day period. That 10 to 14-day window that exists now used to allow you to leave the park and come back a day or two later and start the window over. This all comes after the camping fee increases in Washington that we reported on back in April. Previous rates of $20 to $50 per site will now range from $23 to $56 per night. The new rules are supposed to make some more room for more people to camp. The state says that out of more than 321,000 reservations in 2023, only 676 campers stayed longer than 10 nights on a single reservation. Fewer than 110 visitors stayed more than 90 nights in the park system over the course of the year. A decent bit of truck news this week. It looks like we might finally see a hybrid heavy-duty truck. Ford has announced that the next generation of Super Duty pickup trucks will gain some sort of electric assistance. The announcement was vague, but it hinted at, quote, multi-energy technology. What that means, time will tell. Certainly it doesn't mean a fully electric Super Duty, but perhaps a gas-electric hybrid powertrain could be in the making, or maybe even a diesel-electric. This was all part of an announcement of Super Duty production expanding to the Oakville Assembly Complex in Ontario, which becomes the third plant to build the Super Duty and will add enough capacity for an extra 100,000 trucks. The other two Super Duty facilities, the Kentucky truck plant and Ohio Assembly Plant, are already at full capacity. The U.S. Department of Transportation announced Monday that it is investigating an estimated 150,000 Ram trucks and Jeep SUVs from model year 2022 that are experiencing sudden engine stalls and often won't restart. The NHTSA cited, quote, loss of motive power due to electrical concerns causing the engine to shut down with intermittent ability to restart in 5.7-liter Hemi e-torque mild hybrid engines. The Office of Defects Investigation received 80 consumer complaints about engine stalls and loss of power in the Stellantis manufactured vehicles. Many of the complaints state that the vehicle's engine would shut off, often while traveling at slow speed. The vehicle would shift into park and apply the emergency brake, all on its own, I guess. And General Motors has launched a customer satisfaction program for select 2022 Silverado 1500 trucks due to an issue with the trailer brake controller. Trucks equipped with the integrated trailer brake controller feature may have a condition where the trailer brake just stops working. GM technicians have been instructed to inspect affected trucks and install a new integrated trailer brake control switch, as well as reprogram the instrument panel cluster and electronic brake control module. This is not a recall. So this is an issue you need to figure out if you have and bring in yourself. You're not going to get notification letters or anything else like that. Rangers at Sequoia National Park are warning visitors heading to the Mineral King Valley to watch out for marmots who like to eat cars. Mineral King offers breathtaking views after a long and winding road, with some areas only fit for one car's width, and the potholes are treacherous. But once you're in Mineral King, the park is recommending that you wrap your vehicle in a tarp so that marmots don't have a dinner party on your engine. Tarps are available for visitor use in the shed across from the ranger station. The park used to recommend chicken wire, but apparently the marmots have figured their way around that. Marmots are attracted by the smell of the engine and like to crawl underneath and chew on hoses and wires. And getting a tow truck out to Mineral King is no joke. And the park says it's probably best to avoid bringing an RV up altogether. And in another bit of unusual animal behavior, Michigan's Tahquamenon Falls State Park is seeing a rash of shoe thefts. Flip-flops and Crocs are being stolen from campers at the state park's Rivermouth campground. Quote, "It was discovered today that there are multiple thieves and they have 4 legs and they are adorable," a Facebook post from the park says. The missing shoes turned up outside a fox den. The park is urging visitors to keep their shoes inside their campers to avoid further issues. That's it for this week's RV and Camping News Roundup. Hit the like button if you got something out of this video. Subscribe if you want more like it, and we'll see you on the next one. Bye-bye, everybody.